Tory Lanez. Since our last
me.
interview, he got 10 years.
Yeah, that hurt me.
Now, we broke an interesting part of this story.
Yes, we did.
He was offered a 4-year plea deal,
I saw that too.
which he turned down.
Yeah. I talked about this on stage the other day too. I'm blaming it on his attorneys.
I don't.
Go ahead. Why?
Now, go. Well, you tell me your version. I'll tell you mine.
Because when I used to get in trouble,
Uh-huh.
and you got great attorneys, it's different between an okay attorney and an experienced attorney who's going to tell you the truth.
Tory got great attorneys.
He did.
Because he could pay for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't mean they're great, though.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Don't mean they're great.
Yeah.
And my attorneys used to always say, in a certain situation, this is the best fucking deal.
Yeah. Take it.
Like, you got to listen to me, TK.
Yeah.
This the best. Listen to my managers, business people. We'll walk to the side.
Yeah.
And we'll talk.
Get 4 years, get out in 2.
You get out in
state
2.
in a state case, you can do 50% in California.
Yes.
Get out in 2.
Yes,
you'll get deported, but
you'll still be a celebrity.
Blowing trial is a whole different situation.
Still be a star.
Yes.
You'll still be a star.
Yeah.
Can tour. You can't come to America.
Europe, Canada, it's
and
fine.
You'll make just as much money.
Exactly.
You'll make probably more.
Probably.
That hurt me, Vlad.
Yeah.
Because these young men, they come out to get the money, they want to hang with the women.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you've been talking about this, I think I've been on your show 10, 11 years
listen,
now.
I've said for years that Tory's going to jail.
You have said that.
I've said it.
You
and Tory DM
actually
me all upset. Oh, what do you know? I said, motherfucker, I know the reality of the situation.
Yes.
You shot her. She's going to take the stand against you.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And it's going to be a fucking mess.
I'd have took the deal.
Or you a cop. Whatever, Tory.
I'd have took the deal.
I don't know Tory. We've never met. I don't give a shit. But at the end of the day, you got a 4-year plea deal and you churn it down. And when you say that it was the lawyer's fault, I disagree.
I mean, you got to make the final decision.
It is your decision.
Yes, your decision.
Let me tell you, this lawyer who explained it to me said, if Tory was my client, I could have, and he knows the judge. This is an LA lawyer.
Yes.
Right? He knows the judge. He said, it was a black male judge. He said, this is actually the most reasonable judge in the court system.
Wow.
He said, I've had cases with this judge that were crazy and my client has gotten a year probation, this, that. Like, he's actually very fair. But when you have an out of control client like Tory,
Wait, what happened?
4-year plea deal. Fuck that deal. You got to understand, because he was like this. He said, look.
So when you say out of control, he wasn't disrespectful.
Not a disrespect.
Okay.
Let me explain it to you. He said, look, if this was my client, if Tory Lanez was my client, when this arrest happened, Megan wasn't cooperating. She was trying to say that, I stepped on some glass. I didn't want to see a black man go to jail, whatever else. Okay, Megan's not cooperating. Let's go to the judge. Let's go to the DA, blah, blah. Let's make a deal. 1 year, 5 years probation. Sign off on it. Do your time. Do 6 months. You're done. You're done. What does Tory do? Drops a damn album dissing Megan.
Wait.
Oh, you didn't know about this?
I didn't know that.
You didn't know about this. He dropped a goddamn album about Megan. Talking about, how you got shot and no tendons or bones got hit. He's sitting there, there's lyrics mocking her shooting, saying you lying about the shooting. So what do you get? Now
he could have left it alone.
He could have left it alone. So instead, she goes, okay. Well, now I'm taking the stand. Now I'm gonna take the stand. I'm gonna wear purple, which is the color of domestic abuse. I'm going to cry on the stand, and when it gets time to the sentencing, Megan wrote a letter to the judge saying that leniency is for people who take responsibility. Tory has taken no responsibility. He has slandered me. He has lied to anybody who would listen. You should give him the maximum sentence. And he didn't get the maximum sentence, but he got a decade.
What was the max?
I think he was facing up to 15 years. Yeah. And now People saying, oh, there's Tory's going to general population. Nope, he's not going to general population. He's actually getting moved to a supermax in California.
Now, why the supermax?
Not sure. This is a weird one. I'm just not quite sure.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
For him to take him up to the supermax.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it's a protective custody kind of thing. He's 5'3". He's a little guy.
Here's the thing that people need to understand. Like you said, I went to Scare Straight when I was in the 70s before it hit TV.
Oh, yeah.
I
saw that shit on TV. That shit.
See, y'all saw it when it was cut down. I went in the 70s.
The real shit.
At Rawway State Prison.
Yeah.
And I saw guys bigger than me and booty shorts. The things wrapped around the head like a woman. A woman in prison. And when I see these young kids, the shootings, the fights, and people go to jail, I say, hey, ain't no guns in jail.
Let me tell you, I remember when me and Adam 22 were talking about this situation. He said, listen, I don't think anyone deserves jail, but Tory was a bit of a special case. And he said that he had an interview with Tory, right?
Mm-hmm.
Tory came in with his security. During the interview, a bunch of gang members showed up to the parking lot and were kind of like around the car, and I guess they knew he was there or something. And it started to kind of turn into somewhat of a situation. Tory's security said, I don't have a gun. Turns to Adam's security. Can I borrow your gun? I'm going to go out there and defuse the situation. What does Tory do? No, I want to hold the gun. No. Give me the gun. I'm going to go out with you and I'm going to carry the gun. And an argument ensued over Tory wanting to hold the gun to go confront these guys.
I remember even one time at the store, my old store, this is maybe 2018, whenever I interviewed Tory Lanez, that we got done doing the interview, and he has a big-ass security guard with him, and the security guard didn't have a gun. But there was like a bunch of gang members who basically pulled up to the store and had sort of surrounded his Sprinter that he had arrived in, and it was like parked in the back of the store, and they're sort of milling around out there and stuff, and Tory wanted to leave and get in the car, but it's pretty obvious that they're going to have to deal with this whole situation before that happens. Now, one of my homies had a gun, and the security guard asked if he could take the gun. This is all a terrible idea, but he asked if he could take the gun to go out and speak to these guys, right, and try to figure out what the issue was. And Tory starts jumping up and down, being like, "Nah, I want to hold it. I want to be the one with the gun." So you got this motherfucker. He's like 7 foot tall, big, crazy face tattoos and shit. He's a real gang member from LA who had just gotten out of prison or whatever. And Tory wanted to be the one holding the strap when they go out to have this conversation with these guys. And I believe the security guard, as well as his team, kind of did not allow this to happen. They didn't let him go out there with the gun or whatever. But that just really stood out to me as like, oh, you're famous and you're rich, and you still, even though you have a security guard with you, you're not willing to, like, you want to be the badass in this situation. You want to be the hothead.
I have armed security. I would be damned if I ever asked one of them to carry the gun on their behalf. I wouldn't even think about something so stupid. I wouldn't even think. I pay this man to carry a gun and shoot somebody if necessary. And that's his job.
What is wrong with people, man?
He's got a gun tattoo on his fucking stomach and all this other type of shit. He threatened this, they're saying this rapper named Dax, who I guess like dissed him. He confronted him and apparently pulled out a gun on him. Like, he has a long history of playing with guns, thinking that it's sweet. 5'3", a little guy, that gun will equalize that whole situation. Chip on his shoulder, a little man's disease, however you want to say it. It's just dumb. Just fucking dumb. Seriously, man, I can imagine my security laughing at me.
I'm going to tell you a story about a gun.
The fuck I got security for then?